The ideas that gave birth to our nation are the ideas that our nation is resistant to right now, and we should talk about that all the time.
In a world where narratives are shaped by corporations and gatekeepers, independent voices matter more than ever. Badlands Media brings together citizen journalists, researchers, and independent thinkers.
The truth is triggering.
Question the narrative. Explore the facts.
It's authenticity, courage, resilience.
Search for the truth others won't.
It's not about being first or being right.
The information war is changing.
It's about being authentic.
Embrace the friction.
Embrace the friction.
Shut the f*** up.
Authentically antagonizing. Join the movement.
I'm going to say how I feel.
Follow Badlands Media.
This is about the future.
The Badlands. What are the Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to OnlyLands.
Sky's up.
Nice. That's a good one. It's like something my kid would say when I ask him what's up. Ashe, you've got some information for us, I hear.
Yeah. So today, Jared Polis announced that he is granting clemency to Tina Peters. He's cut her sentence in half and made her eligible for parole on June 1st. And in the clemency order granted, it says she's granted parole subject to the conditions of the parole board. So we don't know what those are. Hi, Matt.
I was going to say that one piece right there. Like, what if the parole board decides that they can't abide by the idea of allowing Tina Peters to get out of prison?
Yeah, I mean, does the parole board have more power than the governor? I feel like this is a state level version of some President Trump bureaucratic bullshit, right?
Yeah, that would be something though. There's no way they wouldn't let her out.
Chris Paul called Jared Polis our girl Jared today.
Our girl Jer. Yeah, that's so funny.
Our girl Jer. Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen Strangers with Candy?
No.
Okay. Well,
I avidly try to avoid them.
Okay. Well, it's a show, and there's a character named Jer on there who's like a former drug addict prostitute who's like basically a lesbian, but also, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. It reminds me of Jared Polis. Yeah, it makes no sense unless you've actually seen Strangers with Candy. It's a comedy show from many years ago.
Okay, can I pull this in?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, pursuant to the authority vested in the governor of the state of Colorado by Article 4, Section 7 of the Colorado Constitution, I, Jared Polis, governor of the state of Colorado, hereby issue this executive order commuting the sentence of Tina M. Peters. And then talk about what she did. I can just read the whole thing. It's not that long.
Yeah,
in 2024, Tina M. Peters, as her number, was convicted of 3 counts of attempt to influence a public servant, as well as a conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation, cause liability, official misconduct, violation of duty, elections, and failure to comply with the Secretary of State requirements. She was sentenced to the Department of Corrections 8 years and 3 months and 6 months in county jail for these crimes. Her current mandatory release date is 2033, and her current estimated parole eligibility date is 2028. The constitutional and statutory conditions for granting this clemency petition have been satisfied, and granting this commutation is in the interest of justice. Grant of clemency, Tina M. Peters be and hereby is granted a limited commutation such that her total sentence, inclusive of the time in county jail and the Department of Corrections, is commuted to 4 years and 4.5 months, and that she is granted parole effective June 1st, 2026. This grant of clemency is limited to commuting the sentence of Tina M. Peters so that her total sentence, inclusive of time in county jail and the Department of Corrections, is commuted to 4 years and 4.5 months. And she is granted parole effective June 1st, 2026, with terms and conditions set by the parole board, and shall not in any way affect the underlying criminal conviction. Given under my hand in the executive seal of the state of Colorado this 15th day of May, 2026, Jared Polis, governor.
Given under my hand.
A hand.
Hold on, pull it back up.
Okay.
The part, has she really been in there for 4 years?
No.
No.
She went in October 3rd, 2024.
Yeah. So if her total sentence was 4 years and 4.5 months, she would be eligible for parole at some point earlier than that. So I think that they figured, well, we'll let her out on June 1st. Let's just figure out how long her sentence would have to be in order to make her eligible for parole on that day. They did some math, and there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have her statement?
I sure do.
Because I was texting you, Ashe, about this, and I'm of the same mindset where it's like I feel like they made her right.
Oh, they did.
This.
They absolutely
did.
Yeah.
Condition to do it. Yeah. In my opinion. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Statement from Tina Peters. I made mistakes, and for those I am sorry. 5 years ago, I misled the Secretary of State when allowing a person to gain access to county voting equipment. That was wrong. I have learned and grown during my time in prison, and going forward, I will make sure that my actions always follow the law, and I will avoid the mistakes of the past. I strongly condemned it when people not connected to me threatened to storm the prison I am in. That was Jake Lang, by the way. I myself have faced threats, so I also, and Ivan Raiklan, I think. I myself have faced threats, so I also want to be clear that I condemn any and all bullying, threats, and acts of violence against voters, county clerks, election workers, or other public officials and concerned citizens like myself. Upon release, I plan to do my best through legal means to support election integrity and based on my own personal experiences to elevate the cause of prison reform to help ensure the detention system is more fair and equitable for people of all ages. My experiences have given me a perspective that I plan to share with others to improve Colorado's correction system. I am grateful for a second chance and an earlier release, and I look forward to doing good in the world.
Now,
What Jenna Griswold said.
Babbage also asked, why make it conditional? Because that gives an opportunity for her to screw up in some fashion.
Also,
if she's out of prison and she doesn't follow the conditions of the parole, then they could arrest her and put her away, and then they could, say, hey, it doesn't matter about her commutation. She's done something else, and that's why we're going to go ahead and do this to her.
I also think it's more so about controlling the narrative of what she did, and
of course,
it's still like it's an election limited hangout. That's what this is. Limited hangout.
Specifically, though, her crimes had nothing to do with the election per se. It only had something to do with the use of this login information. And
Ashe, what do you think?
Well, so I think that Tina Peters is the most valuable political scalp in the state of Colorado and the most valuable scalp in the issue of elections nationwide. Yeah. I think that they have to sell this. And it's I think been expected here that any Jared Polis grant of clemency would be conditional. She would have to show contrition. There's been a lot of debate about this, what that looks like. And so I think that was a condition of it. I believe that she was desperate to get out. It's been rough for her in there. The last time I talked to her, she was not in great spirits. But I think she's going to be in great spirits tomorrow when I go see her. So I think John, you're right about the narrative. But I think there's so many facets to this. She's the last like building block, right? She was one of the first. So Tina Peters' situation happens. They raid her office. The narrative comes out that she stole and leaked passwords. Election deniers are going to take these passwords and do something to our elections, right? That's where it went. She was trying to meddle in an election. She was trying to tamper in with an election. None of that was ever true. And I've been saying that since August of 2021, that none of this is that everybody is lying about this case. So they get that narrative out there, then they use it to change the law. So we get the Senate Bill 22-153, Colorado Election Security Act. This was back when, I still went to the government and testified and stuff because I still thought it was somewhat legitimate. It's not. But so they passed that. That could have been called the Tina Peters law. They made everything that she did into a crime because it wasn't. And that's what's important is even her sentence here, where she says, I misled the Secretary of State when allowing a person to gain access to county voting equipment. She misled the Secretary of State to get Conan Hayes in as Jerry Wood to observe the trusted build. Him touching the voting machines and taking images was not a part of these charges. She was not convicted of that. And that's a big deal, right? Because that's the whole narrative. What's that?
But that's what she apologized for.
That's what she apologized for. Yeah.
Ashe, in your opinion, does Tina have anything to be legitimately contrite about regarding her conviction?
Yeah, and I've said this all along. This is why I feel like pretty good about myself today, actually, because I've nailed every aspect of this case. But yeah, she did mislead the Secretary of State to get the credentials for Conan Hayes to pretend to be Jerry Wood. She one of the felonies is getting the credentials, right? And then two. No, it's three. It's the credentials. The conspiracy to get the credentials is one of the felonies. And then the three people that she introduced or signed in as or otherwise represented that Conan Hayes was Jerry Wood. That's the attempt to influence a public official felonies. There's three of them for the three people, and then one felony for the conspiracy. That's 8 years and 3 months of her 9-year prison sentence. Is those 4 felonies? They are about misleading with the credentials, the misrepresentation of Conan Hayes as Jerry Wood. Now, stealing the credentials was 3 additional felonies that she was acquitted on because it came out on the stand that Jerry Wood knew exactly what was going on and she didn't actually steal his identity. So nobody ever mentions that Tina Peters was acquitted on 3 felonies, but she was.
Wow. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to know what Jenna Griswold had to say?
I do.
Yes.
This clemency grant to Tina Peters is an affront to our democracy and the people of Colorado and election officials across the country. The governor's actions today will validate and embolden the election denial movement and leave a dark and dangerous imprint on American democracy for years to come.
Vote Griswold.
That was my Griswold. How did I do?
You did pretty good. I mean,
it sounds like I don't remember.
She's got a lot of teeth. That's the only thing that I think maybe you were missing was just the sound of her lips wrapping around.
More teeth.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that's not true.
That is what she said.
It was pretty good.
The election deniers are winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most retarded thing I've heard.
Hey, we have
There's been some retarded things all week, but that's a grant of clemency is going to endanger our democracy.
Yeah.
We have Jenna Griswold on with Caitlin Collins. How does that sound?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
By the way, real quick, we got Sleep State tipped $2 via Rumble Wallet, wallet.rumble.com. Thank you, Sleep State. We also got some gifted subs. We got Counterinsurgent gifted 5, Snowcat Operator gifted 1, and then Rumble Rick rated. Oh no, that's a Rumble Raid Rant of Love number 11, $100 from Rumble Rick.
Thank
you so much, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate you, man. All right, let's listen to 2 lesbians scissor on CNN.
Secretary, you heard what the said there, explaining his decision, why he thinks this was the right call. What's your response to what you just heard from him?
Well, overall, I think this is the wrong decision, and it's a gross injustice to our elections, our democracy, and election officials across this country. And frankly, Tina Peters' actions has everything to do with the 2020 election. The governor is correct that she facilitated the compromising of voting equipment during 2021. But make no mistake, the intent of her work was to try to prove Trump's big lie. And Caitlin, just to clarify, Tina Peters did not let Mike Lindell into the voting equipment. There was someone else. But she did take the images of the voting equipment. Those were taken to Mike Lindell's cyber symposium, where they were supposedly going to
not charged or convicted
for all
any
how
of that.
The election really was for Trump. Of course, it's a bunch of conspiracies. So I think overall, Tina Peters committed a crime. The judicial process should have been given the time to work out her sentencing. There was an active resentencing happening right now. And overall, this grant of clemency is the wrong message to send in a time when our democracy is in crisis.
I don't know what it is about her.
So happy right now.
What was
I
that?
know what it is.
What'd you say, Ash?
I said I'm so happy right now. She's so mad. I love it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's her eyes. I don't know if it's her teeth. I don't know if it's like her hair or her but she's the fucking worst.
She's got the look of someone who just took a massive hit of crystal meth off of a glass pipe.
Yeah.
Her eyes
looks like a mugshot of a Manson family member there.
Yeah. Like Squeaky Frome right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, at least she's right. It was a massive conspiracy. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
it's thinking of.
It's important to understand that Jonestown Jenna is a Kool-Aid drinker. She is not Jim Jones. She's that like assistant lady that chased down the kids and like, you know, I think they ended up shooting instead of the Kool-Aid Flavor Aid. But anyway, you get my point, right? Like she's a puppet. She's mostly retarded. If you ask her in-depth questions about elections, she cannot answer them. She'll just like scream things like 2 sets of passwords at the sky. And there is a coordinated cabal of people, in my opinion, based on the information available, that sits behind Jenna Griswold and, you know, runs her like a sock puppet. So there's been a lot of speculation, mostly by me, but I think I've convinced others to jump on the rug with me, that she's going under the bus. She's running for AG right now. This face wants to be the law in the state of Colorado. And I think she's going under the bus. And then I think it's going to be like, oh, see, we got rid of Jenna, so elections are good now. No, we're going all the way.
Jenna Griswold is a supremely awful person. And she's not even, I think I read that she's only handled like a couple of cases and those didn't go to trial. Like it was just like some filings that she had to put before the court. But on her campaign website, she had argued that she personally had argued cases before the Supreme Court, or a case before the Supreme Court. And that didn't happen like at all. You have to.
She was like the assistant. She was the like one of the lawyers on some federal case somewhere. And I think that's still somewhat in dispute. And when that news came out, Zach, I said, you know what, guys, I've actually argued and won more cases in court than
right. You have. So she really doesn't have the experience as a lawyer to be the attorney general. And I mean, this in my mind is Jenna Griswold attempting to self-insulate, put herself into a position of power where she couldn't be touched, because ultimately every legal and investigative decision in the state of Colorado would lay at her feet if she was successful and became the attorney general.
Yeah, I don't think she has that kind of agency.
No.
I think she's, look at those eyes, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, look at her pupils are pinned. Okay, like that is the sign of someone who is on amphetamines right there, and they're open so wide all the time. Like this woman is never tired. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. She is always ready to go, like crawling out of her own skin.
She's the Zelensky of Colorado.
There you go.
Oh boy. We could also talk about the fact that I broke this story 15 minutes before their embargo, because fuck them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah, how did you hear about it, or do you not want to get
my sources close to the matter told me? Yep, my anonymous sources close to the matter. I have some good ones, and I just put it out. I said, "Hey, heard a rumor that Jared Polis is going to grant clemency," and 15 minutes later, it happened, and they all had their articles ready to go. They didn't include me though. They didn't reach out, say, "Hey, you know, we have this information. We're gonna put a press embargo on until 2:45." Nope, they left me out of it. So fuck them.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
You know why?
She's a troublemaker. She's a Colorado rabble rouser. They don't want her involved in any of this stuff. So all the better reason to break their stupid embargo.
I also broke that BIOS passwords thing when that happened, and I reached out to them for comment. I should have just broken it like I did with this one, but I reached out to them for comment. No response. But then Kyle Clark had the exclusive that night with Jenna and all of the talking points, and then everybody was like, "Kyle Clark is so hard on Jenna," and I'm like, "Sure."
Kyle Clark is the guy that they call when they want it to look like somebody is asking Jenna Griswold questions.
Yeah. I do think he legitimately doesn't like her though. Like I've had this conversation with him face to face, because he and I sat next to each other for like 10 days at the Lindell trial. And I think he legitimately doesn't like her, but I also think that he does what he's told. So
yeah.
I got a question. Can we take her face off the screen?
I don't think we should.
It's really bothering me. I'm listening to you guys, but I just keep looking at her. It's terrifying.
I'm working on a meme and it's not going very well.
Oh, love your memes.
I'm trying. I need more time to perfect it.
That's better. That's better. We
Maybe
get
later.
the gist of it.
Yeah. I don't know. She's got that vibe.
Here's Jenna.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I think her job is to do those interviews with the eyes and all of that. She's not a subject matter expert. She's not real she doesn't appear to be real capable or competent. And I think she's a pretty good scapegoat for where they are right now. Don't forget that the Deputy Secretary of State in Colorado was a guy named Chris Beal. He very quietly resigned after the BIOS password scandal. He's also the guy that I cross-examined in my trial and got him to explain the ERIC system under oath in federal court and how they all knowingly and willingly accept non-citizen voter data from ERIC. And whoops, we sent postcards telling 30,000 illegals to register to vote. That's all in my trial transcript. He left very quietly in the wake of that. Saw him also at the Lindell trial. That was weird. And then he was replaced with Andrew Klein, who was a former Perkins Coie attorney.
So
and I said at the time, they are shoring up their defenses.
I have lots of questions still about this. Why do you actually think Polis did this?
Oh, so I said in, I think December, one of the briefs, that I think he's going to disappoint his party a lot this year because he is going to run, in my opinion, for higher office, which is probably to get the VP slot, right?
Sure.
But maybe he wants to be first openly gay president. So he's got, but in order for him to have appeal outside of Colorado, he has a lot of cleanup to do. He's got a lot of rehabbing of his image to do. Now, Jared Polis is very good at running for office. He's a savvy politician. He always runs for office as a libertarian, and this is a libertarian play. The sentencing was harsh. This is asymmetrical with Sonia Hawkes Lewis, the other official that was charged with 4 felonies and got probation and a fine.
Yep.
So he has that kind of, this helps him in nationwide appeal to rehab his image. I also think that the earlier kind of test messaging earlier this year, when the Sonia Hawkes Lewis thing happened, Polis came out and said, this is unfair. And it's obvious we should, talked about Tina Peters' clemency. I think that was a messaging test. Yeah. And I think that they decided they wanted this thing cleaned up before the primary.
Yeah, the legal reciprocity looks pretty messed up. The optics are real bad that Sonia did exactly the same thing. And I think she stole money too. I mean, like this woman was totally corrupt. And she was basically just going to skate off into the sunset. Nobody would have paid attention to it if it wasn't for the fact that it was so similar to the Tina Peters situation. Yeah. And a lot of people drew the connection and said, how is this even fair that you're going to treat one woman like this and then another woman like that, on top of the fact that you had civil rights violations in Tina Peters' case?
Yeah, agreed. So Sonia Hawkes Lewis, she had some scandal and she was facing an ethics violation or an ethics hearing, right? And so in preparation for the ethics hearing, she forged letters of support. Yeah. And she had 3 forgery penalties and then or 4 felonies and 1 attempt to influence a public official. Now, she was attempting to influence an ethics panel. So multiple people, right? Yep. They counted the panel as 1 person. And it was 3 separate and distinct misrepresentations because she forged 3 different names. So that was compared to Tina Peters had 1 misrepresentation that Conan Hayes' Jerry would, but she made that to 3 people and they maxed out the multiplicity of the charges on the people there. So there was a lot of angst and questioning about why the prosecutorial discretion is in different districts. Tina Peters was in Mesa County. The Sonia Hawkes Lewis was in City and County of Denver. So there's a lot of reasons why it could be, a lot of political calculus, but the optics of it were real bad. And then Jared Polis amplified the optics of it and came out and said, whoa, this seems really asymmetrical. All the usual suspects freaked out and said, you can't do this. Tina Peters is the biggest threat to democracy we've ever seen. Like, look at her. She's, going to do something terrible to democracy. And so that's been hilarious to watch too, is the responses from the institutional elections cabal. My friend Holly at altitude.com wrote the Colorado election cabal article where she drew lines, conspiracy theorist chart, drew lines to all the people and then laid out who they are and all of they're all invested and their spouses work for election vendors and there's all sorts of, seemingly corrupt conduct. But they're all the ones that are saying, Tina Peters, you can't do this. How can you do this? This is terrible. She's a threat to democracy. It's yeah, because democracy is a scam.
I wonder if Mark Elias has commented yet. I'm actually going to his Twitter.
Oh, yeah. There was there's a whole article up on democracy.gov. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a real great read.
Having a rough week.
Yeah, he's having a rough life, man.
Yeah,
okay,
I shared his post with the election deniers are winning Atlantic article headline, which is my new meme to just drop into anybody freaking out.
So funny. Next question. What do you expect to see next? Like with Tina? Like, what do you?
I expect to see Tina next because I'm going to see her tomorrow. And,
but I'm saying with the entire story, the narrative here, what do you think the next level of this? Because if it is some sort of narrative push, or the limited hangout or whatever, what would you expect from that?
So I think it's interesting that she said that she's focusing on prison reform. It's something that she has brought up every time that I've talked to her. It is important to her. Her team tells me it's important to her. She's seen some pretty disgusting stuff in there, right? Like they're forced to eat moldy food. There's, black mold all over things, and the treatment of prisoners, favoritism. She told me stories of prison guards picking favorite inmates and, kind of having relationships with them and special privilege and special treatment. It's all very Orange is New Black kind of. But so she has that inside knowledge now, right? Important to realize there is also a federal investigation into the Colorado Department of Corrections for their treatment inside of prisons. So that's one that's notable. The other thing, and this is kind of where I hope it's going, right? In her, I think it was her original appeal, the U.S. Attorney's Office, this was after the 2020 election, but I think before inauguration, and I tried to find it earlier and I couldn't. I'll find it later and put it on my X. But the U.S. Attorney's Office issued a statement of interest in her case, and in like the very last paragraph talked about how they were looking into weaponization of the government as it pertains to Tina Peters. Now, I have long said and gotten a lot of flack for it and argued with Emerald Robinson about it on her show that Tina Peters is not a material witness for the matter of election fraud. In terms of the Mesa County reports and what was found in Mesa County, all of the things analyzing the images, she did not take the images. She didn't analyze them. She didn't write the reports. She didn't peer review the reports. She doesn't have any personal knowledge that would be admissible in a court of law about the matter of election fraud. However, she is a very material witness, in my opinion, when it comes to the weaponization of government. And the weaponization of government has been a foundational issue for President Trump. We see movement on that. I think the Grand Rico conspiracy is an example of weaponization of government coming into play. And so that's kind of where I think is, so the prison reform thing, which is also, you could also make the cases, the prison conditions are a form of weaponization of government, but the broader issue of weaponizing the government against Trump supporters and election deniers specifically, that is something that Tina Peters is material and relevant with firsthand knowledge of. And I think that's very interesting. I also think in the state of Colorado, if they are looking at weaponization of government, you started Tina Peters' case and we're focused on election deniers. The second case you get to is mine. And our opinion in our 10th Circuit appeal, they appealed where I'm defending myself in the 10th Circuit. That opinion is somewhat delayed. So like, using the machine to analyze how long these things take, you never really know. It takes as long as it takes, but there's averages and trends and seasons to it. Ours is taking a long time. So I'm actually kind of glad that it hasn't come down yet since the weaponization of government stuff is heating up. I don't know. That's really hopium, but just FYI.
Amazing.
Oh, also they arrested a pedophile in the State House today.
Oh, really?
Jeez, what is going on in Colorado?
Hunter Rivera. Yeah. So kind of funny because there's the Scott Bottoms is running for governor here.
Scott Bottoms.
Yep. Yep.
He's probably pedophile.
Yep. So he's running for governor. He at an event that I was at. It was the one, John, where I asked the congressman if we should be paying taxes, and he dodged the question. At that event, Scott Bottoms said there are pedophile rings in the state house and the governor's office, and it has haunted his campaign since because he was asked to show proof of that, and he said, "I'm not showing proof because I'm not working with Colorado authorities. I'm working with authorities outside of the state." And he's just gotten eviscerated for it. It comes up in every debate and forum, and what his opponent, Senator Barb Kirkmeyer, has been really hard on him about that. Like, if you need to tell us this, you need to tell us if there are pedophiles. I don't think there's pedophiles. She also says there's no corruption in the Colorado state government. So judgment. But today, Hunter Rivera. So he's like the either GOP chair or vice chair of Weld County, and she's from Weld County. And there's just all these pictures of him with all of these Colorado politicians, and it's pedophile in the state house. So lends credence, not definitive, proof of what Scott Bottom said. Scott Bottom seems very confident in his position. I've said all along, let's see what happens, because it would not surprise me at all if there were pedophile rings in the Colorado state government, because they keep pushing pedophile legislation. So
it's probably in every government, Ash, but cool, interesting stuff. I'm excited for you to go and talk to Tina, and I know you're going to be making the rounds next week, and you got some other stories brewing. Very excited about the future of the Tina Peters saga, and what you're going to be putting out in the coming weeks. So
thanks.
Awesome. I want to spend a little time going through some Elliot Page memes, because there are so many good ones.
So good. It's so good.
But before we do that, we got to get a quick word from some of our sponsors. We got a lot of ads tonight. So first up, let's do some love litters. Tired of heavy, dusty, smelly cat litter that tracks everywhere and fills your house with odor? Discover Love Litters, the long-lasting wood-based litter made from pure kiln-dried wood with no chemicals or additives. It's eco-friendly, repurposing wood that would otherwise go to the landfill. Here's why it's so great. It completely neutralizes cat urine odor. You just scoop the solids daily, flush them, and the urine simply evaporates with zero smell. A single 45-pound bag can last one cat 6 to 9 months when used at about an inch deep. It turns into fine sawdust over time, so there's minimal tracking and less mess to clean. Do you have birds? Love Litters is aggressively absorbent. It dries droppings instantly to prevent mold and dissolves harmlessly if your bird nibbles at it. Plus, it works wonderfully for ferrets, rabbits, reptiles, and more. Customers who switch from clay litter say that they'll never go back, loving the fresh pine scent, ease of use, and how clean their homes stay. Ready to kick the clay habit for good? Head to badlandsmedia.tv/litter for free shipping and try Love Litters. Your pets and your nose will thank you. That's badlandsmedia.tv/litter. And I have 3 more. So I'm going to do one now, but you guys have to remind me to do the other 2 later, because they're cash ones.
Okay.
Get some soft disclosure, guys.
Today we remember those who gave everything. And memory is never still.
This Memorial Day! One hero, one mission to deliver softness to America!
No, Chi-Chi, we can't stop for snacks, dude. We have to deliver all of these soft disclosure gift cards.
He goes by Zach Payne.
The motion detector!
Hey, stop fighting over the beer brush.
Life finds a way.
Hydrate your elbows! Moisturize your soul! Feel the rhythm together! You feel alive and let the lotion roll! Soft disclosure, hear the cry! Maximum softness! Do or die!
Muffin, hit it.
Best ad ever.
So good.
You're muted, Ash.
You're muted, Ash.
It's widely considered to be the best soft disclosure ad that we've ever done. The merch is coming.
Amazing.
Yes.
It makes me want to grow a mullet
just
so
keeps getting
bad.
longer.
Oh, God.
So
Yeah.
that is the best ad we've done. But will it be the most racist? We'll see with our next
Probably
one.
not.
Yeah, it can't.
I feel like the alpha ones are definitely more racist.
Yeah, we haven't. If Greenstar can pull it off, I put a bug in his ear. We'll see. I'll have to text you about that, Ash.
The future is racist.
Yeah.
I would appreciate it if you would tell
Okay.
me before you sign up Green Star to have the brand be great.
I've got some really good
It's so
race
good, though.
ad ideas if you guys need
I'm
it.
all in. You know I'm all in.
Yeah, give us ads. Give us ads.
Well,
not right now. No,
no.
you can't do them publicly. Shut the fuck up, Zach. Come on.
Here's my idea.
You can't. You know the competition is just stalking us, looking for
they're gonna
ideas.
steal it. They're
be
gonna
careful.
steal it.
Importantly, before serious moment, you should be signed up for Soft Disclosure newsletter because you get exclusive deals, exclusive content, and information about the products. So softdisclosure.com. Make sure that you're signed up for the newsletters. Kind of an insider. Get more inside information, and then of course get yourself some Soft Disclosure. Softdisclosure.com. Promo code. What was it?
Memorial 15.
That's right.
For 15% off.
It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
There we go. Okay, let's go through these. These are just, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different Elliot Page memes. And these are all stemming from the movie The Odyssey that's coming out and how Christopher Nolan had to make it super gay to try to win an Oscar or whatever by putting a female who's cross-dressing as a male into key roles that males play. So,
well, and
didn't we decide that this is because the strongest among us are the transies?
Yeah, that's probably it. I think you're right.
You're not. That's not going to be the case when you see these. But you know, I was thinking about this because you mentioned the Oscar thing the other day, John. And how funny would it be if Christopher Nolan did this project just to skewer the ridiculous nature of the Oscar system? Like if he knows exactly what he's doing, he goes in there, he captures an Oscar 2 years in a row, gets every Oscar because it's like the gayest, transist, blackest Greek movie that you could make. Yeah, it's Greek, you know. And then he goes up there on stage and he's like, you know, you all are faggots. and I can't
never do that though.
into giving me the Oscar.
You would never do that. But okay,
He's British. So
this is the first one that came out because she's going to be playing Achilles, or at least it's rumored she's going to be playing Achilles. And we shared this on the Power Hour, I think, on Wednesday, or maybe it was last week. But most of you probably seen this.
That is what Achilles' arms looked like, I'm sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So good. For those who've seen the movie Troy, that obviously is not how it goes down, but because it's Elliot Page, that is how it would go down. There's this one. She's starring in Scar Chest. Scarface.
That's so disturbing.
It's so funny though.
Very funny.
Okay, we have it's Rocky 4, but instead of Sylvester Stallone, it's Elliot Page.
Oh God.
Forget it. It's Mr. Dipshot. She looks like Matthew Broderick there.
Nice.
Only the highlight.
So good. We have hold on. Let's do. She's starring in Fight Club.
Oh God.
Oh God.
That's it. That was. This is her. It's Terminator, but instead of Elliot, it's Elliot Page instead of Arnold. What was that, Ash?
Him.
Whatever.
Give me your boots, your clothes, your motorcycle, and a box of Xanax. Transphobic jerk!
I'm building up to my favorite one. So,
Okay.
300.
yes, 300 one's really good. Here's hers. What was that?
I haven't seen any of these.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm
I
playing
saw
as
the
everyone I can find. This is her as Spider-Man.
Oh God.
Quickly, God. That was so fast.
Yeah, this is her as Orlando.
Oh, I've never seen this one.
Quite appropriate and fitting.
Too heavy.
Yep.
Come on, lift. Arg, I can't.
Oh, God. Nia DaCosta.
What was that?
The director, Nia DaCosta. It's such a little jab, but it works.
Oh, that's so good. We have her as Gladiator.
Oh, God, I haven't seen this.
Unleash, unleash hell! Oh, jeez! How dare you! Are you not disappointed? I can't believe they misgendered me.
Okay, and then my personal favorite,
Oh boy.
300. Her as Leonidas.
King Xerxes offers his respect, ma'am. All he asks is that Sparta kneels a simple bow and your people will be spared.
Don't call me ma'am.
My apologies, miss. Xerxes is generous. He only wants your loyalty. Surely even a delicate thing like yourself can understand that.
I said don't fucking misgender me.
Ma'am, calm down. No need to get emotional.
It is sir!
So dumb, but so funny.
What happened to Dylan Mulvaney?
I don't know. I don't care.
I just forgot. Forgot they them existed.
Yeah.
until
Oh,
this very moment.
yeah. Those are so good though, and it's so appropriate. It's becoming so memeable. Like Christopher Nolan is making fun of Hollywood great again. It's amazing.
I hope she wins the Academy Award.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which category? Best male actor or best female?
Oh, it'd have to be best actor. Definitely be best actor.
I think Lupita Nyong'o is shoe-in for best supporting actress.
Who's that?
Double role.
That's Helen of Troy. That's the black woman.
Yeah,
playing
and is Clytemnestra. So you've got, and you got the two roles thing. Like, what was the guy that was in that movie about the white vampires and the black musicians? And Sinners, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just almost a shoe-in, unless there's somebody else with better DEI cred. The Greek government is pissed.
Always someone more intersectional, man.
Yeah, that's true. So the Greek government gave Nolan like $16 million to make this film to showcase Greek culture.
Oh,
he must not like the Greeks.
They're really upset. They're really upset.
Are they really? They should be. That's great.
Oh my God! Somebody
John,
made-
like an international incident. That's great.
This is
Over
awesome.
the transes. Yes.
Couldn't have asked for anything better. Oh my goodness.
Christmas.
What were you saying, Zach?
somebody made an emote of Chi-Chi. It says muffin, but it's actually Chi-Chi.
How dare
Oh, that would have been Jessica.
Oh, yeah, he's drumming, right?
Cowbell.
Cowbell, yes.
Get it right.
Such a nice touch.
I can't see it. It's too small.
I know.
Have you guys listened to the full Soft Disclosure song, by the way?
I really wish we would.
No, but I love
It's
it.
so good. We could. I can pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, we know we're not going to get copy struck.
Yeah.
No, that's
We're gonna get
our
thunderstruck instead.
our original song.
Yes.
It's so good. I was listening to this on the way to pick up my kids or to go to my kids' school today.
You're listening to it in the car.
It's so good, and my kids are gonna love it too. I can't wait to show them.
I kind of want Green Star to do an extended version of that ad because I know he's got so much more footage.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
But hey, he's busy doing other stuff right now. So
Yeah.
I know he is. I know.
Zach,
so shut it.
not all about
Not
you.
trying to monopolize him for free work. I'm just saying, I mean,
Well, it kind of sounds like you are.
no.
Did sort of lean that direction.
Okay, I'm trying to get it pulled up here. How do I play this? Okay, here we go. Full song and the lyrics over here. I'll zoom in on those too if I can.
This Memorial Day. One hero, one mission to deliver softness to America.
Zach, you gotta sing this at karaoke and Deb would.
Okay.
Chrome wheels burning through the desert night. Dogs and aviators looking wild and free. Nobody's softer than me. Steel horizon, laser light. Moisture warriors ride tonight. Turn it up, feel the heat. Softness racing through the streets. Hydrate your elbows. Moisturize soul. Soft disclosure, baby. Let the lotion roll. Buy the gift card, hold it high. Let your dry skin say goodbye. Maximum softness, feel alive. Take the glory ride. I love lotion. Neon fire in the sunset sky. Gift cards falling while the sparks fly high. War paint lotion shining in the light. Freedom never felt so right. Your skin has suffered long hydrate your elbows, moisturize your soul. Buy whatever makes you feel alive and let the lotion roll. Soft disclosure, hear the cry. Maximum softness, do or die. Soft disclosure. Maximum softness. Minimum regret.
Okay, I need this audio file so I can make it my ringtone for Zach.
So you can make what?
So I can make it my ringtone for Zach.
Hell yes. Does
That's
he call
great.
you often?
It sounds like the Friday Night Tights theme song by Dan Vask. In some, it reminds me of that. That has that kind of air to it, and which is on Opposite Us right now, I think. But it's has
Pretty
that
sure
sort of
the
full-throated metal with the screaming guitar, and really gets you in the gut to hear it. It's gonna move a lot of product.
Man, AI is just something else.
Yeah.
John, you got to switch your bike back.
Do I sound retarded now?
Yeah.
Like, explain. How do I? What's wrong?
You just sound really quiet.
Do I sound quiet, everybody? Do I turn my gain up or turn the echo, what is it? The echo cancellation back on?
It could be a cam problem. You sound fine to me.
It could be me. Everybody up?
No.
Yeah.
I think you were definitely quieter than you were when you started the show.
CanCon's being really bitchy in the chat, huh?
Yeah, that's how it happened.
That's just kind of who he is,
Yeah.
So nothing new. Nothing new. But okay, that's all the content I had for tonight. So whatever you guys want to talk about, the floor is yours.
Well, I have the Mark Elias, the Democracy Docket article pulled up if you guys want to run through this real quick. It's all kinds of salty.
Bring it up.
Did you subscribe?
Fuck no. I wasn't going to give them shit. No,
You
I went.
subscribed to Democracy Docket?
Damn right I do. Motherfucker have my case files up there.
Wow,
And,
you need to subscribe to
I
get those?
No, but I was tracking the narrative and did track the narrative.
Good for
May
you.
sue him eventually.
So I did what I always do, and I went to archive.today and found a copy of it there.
I usually go to archive.tomorrow.
Also, John, if you subscribe to these guys, Brian and I, this is a pro tip. Subscribe to these guys. Mark Elias, CEIR, and David Becker is another one. They just tell you what their plan is.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you don't have to decode it. You don't have to try and run around and figure out what they're doing. They're just stupid enough to tell you about their conspiracy against rights in writing sent to all of their followers. So.
Well,
but as somebody who's making a living decoding things, won't this kind of impact my business model if they just do it all for me?
Yes.
To be fair, you can also follow along on the Democracy Docket Twitter account. I mean, as soon as it's published on the website, goes out by email, also goes out there.
I think the Democracy Docket Twitter account and their website, if I'm not mistaken, still says that my case was dismissed, which is the headline that they went with, because it was the headline that Chase Woodruff, a local reporter here with Newsline, went with. He went with the case was dismissed, and I lit him up on Twitter and said, "Hey, Chase, you were there the whole fucking week, buddy. And judgment was entered in my favor. I won the case." And he comes back and he's like, "Oh, that's a material distinction, Ashe. We'll totally change it." But you know who never fucking changed it? Mark Elias.
Democracy Docket. Yeah.
Yep.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Well, and he ought to know because he's a freaking lawyer. All right. So this isn't written by Mark Elias. It's written by Junior Rivas. Colorado Governor Jared Polis announced Friday he is granting clemency to Tina Peters, the former election official convicted for her role in a voting system breach, cutting her sentence and making her eligible for parole as soon as next month. The move marks a dramatic and controversial intervention in one of the most closely watched election interference cases to emerge after the 2020 election, and it comes months after sustained pressure from President Donald Trump and his far-right allies to secure Peters' release. Do you want to do the Jenna part, Ashe?
Yeah. Hang on a second. I have to make it bigger.
That's what she said.
We condemned Governor Polis's clemency grant. It's a gross injustice to our elections, election workers, and democracy with far-reaching consequences. This is a dark day for democracy.
According to local reports, Polis is reducing Peters' 9-year sentence, saying her guilt was not in dispute, but that the punishment itself was excessive. She got a sentence that was harsh. It was a 9-year sentence, Polis said in March. So we always look at people's sentences. And when you have people that are elderly, and we're looking at this across a number of many people in their 70s or 80s in our system, how much of a threat to society are they? And how do we balance that in a way that makes sure they can spend their last few years at home? The decision leaves intact Peters' felony conviction, but significantly shortens the consequences for a case that election officials and democracy advocates have pointed to as a clear example of accountability for tampering with election systems. It's unfortunate to see the governor of Colorado succumbing to the bullying tactics of election conspiracy theorists. He has thrown state and county election officials, Republicans and Democrats under the bus after they resisted the corruption Miss Peters engaged in and withstood attacks for many years as a result. David Becker, executive director of Center for Election Innovation and Research, said, Miss Peters continues to express no remorse about her crimes and will likely now be a featured performer on the election grift circuit. It's a sad day for the rule of law and accountability. I wonder if, I mean, she's technically shown contrition with the publication of that letter, which of course is a condition of her being able to even get parole. People are not allowed parole unless they admit some type of culpability and shame over whatever it was they were accused of doing.
Okay, shameless plug before you move on. David Becker has announced, or CEIR has announced, that they are doing a live stream later this month. I believe it's on May 28th. And CanCon and I will be covering it in one of the following shows in our Mystery Science Theater style of when we watch their live streams and their freakouts. This one, I believe, is about the VRA and redistricting and all of the things. So it's going to be a really good time. Everybody should be watching Why We Vote. All shows are Why We Vote now. But that show is actually Why We Vote. So everybody should be watching at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays.
Okay, cool. Peters was convicted in 2024 after prosecutors showed she facilitated unauthorized access to Mesa County voting equipment and helped expose sensitive system data, actions driven by false claims that the 2020 election was stolen from Trump. A jury found her guilty on multiple counts, and she was sentenced to 9 years in prison. Tina Peters' actions have made her life harder, not only for election officials, Tina Peters' actions have made life harder, not only for election officials here in Colorado, but make no mistake, for election officials all across the country. Her conduct became a rallying point for election conspiracy movements that fueled hostility and distrust towards the very people responsible for administering free and fair elections. Matt Crane, a former Republican clerk and executive director of the Colorado County Clerks Association, said, do you have any shit you want to talk about Matt Crane?
Oh my God, I have so much shit I want to talk about Matt Crane. So Matt Crane is the subject matter expert for elections in the state of Colorado. I have open records requests where the La Plata County clerk gets a question from me asking for some documents. She sends it off to Matt Crane, who doesn't work for the government. He runs an NGO and is like, hey, Matt, should I fill this, Ashe in America again, coming at me. Should I fill this open records request? It's so ridiculous. But when we talk about like Jenna's a puppet and she doesn't know anything about elections, Matt Crane is her lapdog, who is sitting there, telling her what to say. He is the point of escalation. The narrative about elections is Matt Crane. When they passed Senate Bill 22-153, which you guys heard me talk about, could have been called the Tina Peters Act, he sent talking points to the entire General Assembly, to all of the clerks, to all of the county commissioners, to everybody involved in elections to get everybody on the same page about what the threats are and what needed to be done. Now, we wrote a rebuttal as a part of, I think it was Cause of America at the time, wrote a rebuttal to that showing that he was full of shit. He did a debunk more recently about the Mesa reports. And, with all this talk about Tina Peters, people should know that, all this stuff is fake. I had Colonel Sean Smith on Why We Vote. Brian was out of town doing some slacker thing. And Sean Smith and I went through Matt Crane's talking points, debunked them again. It is a central control by a dude that runs an NGO. Matt Crane is also, so he was former Arapahoe County clerk. His face is on the poster of Global Mobile Voting. You can find that on my X. You can find it on my Substack. If you just go to either one of those places and search Matt Crane, you'll find a wealth of all of the fun things having to do with Matt Crane. But he's actually invested in the elections vendor space. Also, his wife worked for Dominion.
That's what I was going to say. I seem to remember that his wife worked for Dominion. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And this is a common thing where you have the spouses, right? So in El Paso County, former Secretary of State Wayne Williams, who was the guy appointed as the bipartisan, there was a Republican and a Democrat appointed to take over in Tina Peters' office when they removed her from office. Wayne Williams, he was the city councilman at large in El Paso County. or in Colorado Springs, rather. His wife was an El Paso County commissioner. She has oversight of the funding of elections in her county, and that includes Runback election services contracts, right? Runback is the ballot on demand printers and all of the technology, and they waive the competitive requirements on the contracts because Runback is so important and integral to our elections that we can't take them out to bid. We just waive those requirements. Also, Wayne Williams is a senior advisor to Runback, and we found that out in 2022 when one of my colleagues went undercover at the National Association of Secretaries of State, found Wayne Williams's business card with Runback Election Services, also where we found Matt Crane's face on the poster of Global Mobile Voting. The public-private partnership of elections is an exemplar in Colorado, an exemplar of what we talk about when we say that centralization creates complexity and complexity breeds and hides corruption. Nowhere is that more on display than in the elections industry.
You can say that again. All right. Okay. Rather than standing with public service servants and defending one of our nation's most cherished rights, the right to vote, Governor Polis is bending the knee to the same political forces and conspiracy movements that are actively undermining confidence in our democratic institutions. That choice carries consequences far beyond this single case. So, wouldn't it be interesting if he does try to run for president or something? Or what about Senate? Could he run for Senate? He could run for Senate in the state of Colorado. But I mean, this move undoubtedly
not this year. I don't think. I think that's all locked in. All the candidates are locked in. Yeah.
No, we're talking a couple of years in the future. I've heard rumors that he might be eyeing a 2028 presidential race, but
no, because Bennett, hang on a second. Bennett is running for governor, so he's going to be leaving his seat, so he could end up in the Senate seat.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait a second. Is Bennett the senator currently?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So Bennett could win the governor's race and then appoint Polis to his seat.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. Wow. That
sounds like it would be somewhat corrupt. So probably that's what will happen.
Definitely would be. Yeah. All right. So Polis's clemency order follows an April ruling from a Colorado appeals court that upheld Peter's conviction, but ordered her to be resentenced. Polis said he agreed that her political beliefs, including her promotion of election conspiracy theories, should not factor into the length of her punishment. Clerks have been intimidated. We've had clerks have their lives threatened. We had a clerk who was pregnant in 2022 have her unborn child threatened. We had an office.
Is that true?
Never heard that. Never heard that before.
I mean, she lives in Colorado, so maybe somebody offered to pay for her abortion and they're just using that.
Actually, you don't have to do that because taxpayer-funded abortions are in the Constitution.
Oh, shit. That's right. I forgot. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
We had an office in Colorado firebombed last year, Crane added. So whether it's Tina or somebody else who's spreading false rumors and inciting people to do violent things, unfortunately, we have to spend a lot of time preparing for that. After Colorado officials refused to release Peters, Trump escalated his campaign on her behalf, issuing a symbolic presidential pardon that carries no legal force over state convictions and repeatedly attacking Colorado leaders. The administration also took punitive actions against the state, including moves affecting federal funding and the relocation of key federal assets. At the same time, far-right figures and election deniers have increasingly framed Peters as a political prisoner, with some escalating to threats of violence and calls for direct intervention to free her, rhetoric that alarmed state officials and democracy watchdogs. Polis had previously rejected any suggestion that Peters' case would be influenced by political pressure. Tina Peters was convicted by a jury of her peers, prosecuted by a Republican district attorney and in a Republican county of Colorado, and found guilty of violating Colorado state laws, including criminal impersonation, Polis said in December. No president has jurisdiction over state law nor the power to pardon a person for state convictions. This is a matter for the courts to decide, and we will abide by court orders. And that is that.
I actually asked Peter Tickton about this, and if she is granted clemency by Polis, does that moot what they're trying to do with the pardon? So there was the presidential pardon that came down that had to be, so they had to try and execute it. Colorado said no. That brought it to court. That was a matter before the appeals court at the same time that they came down and overturned her sentence. Part of that decision was the matter of the appeal of the pardon, the presidential pardon. After that came down, I asked Peter Tickton directly, is it still your plan to appeal the presidential pardon decision all the way up to SCOTUS? Because that's what he said on December 6th of 2025 when he first pitched that letter. Remember the letter that was like President Trump should issue a pardon, and then President Trump did issue a pardon that was announced on December 11th, but it was dated December 5th. And that was always weird to me because it was like the pardon was dated before the letter requesting it.
That's super weird.
Yeah. So he said at the time, yes, absolutely. We've never abandoned that. That's still our plan. I asked Tina Peters if clemency, because what I was concerned about is Jared Polis granting clemency. Doesn't that solidify the story of what she did? And it looks like from the way that this is written, that's what he's trying to do, right? Is
Certainly.
this doesn't affect the underlying conviction at all. So I would imagine that that's, part of pursuing the presidential pardon would be for the underlying story. He has said that is still a part of their strategy. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the language that Polis used, I mean, she's still a convicted felon. She still has a criminal record. It doesn't change what she did. I mean, yeah, definitely they want to solidify her guilt in the minds of the public. And then also the fact that if she wants to get out on parole, she has to show that contrition that obviously is going to be used against her as well. If she ever does an interview with a mainstream outlet, the first thing they're going to say is, you said that you feel bad about what you did. Is that true? Do you really accept your guilt, Miss Peters?
Yeah, they'll ask that. But here's the thing. I feel bad for the thing that I was convicted of is I feel bad for making this misrepresentation. And she has told me on, during our phone conversations that she's thought a lot about this and has looked back on the way that it was executed. Right. Not feels bad that she investigated the election, not feels bad that she took the images, had the reports done. She has no remorse for any of that, nor should she. None of that was a crime. They had to go and change the law to make that a crime and then cobble together duct tape and popsicle sticks, professional conduct statutes and the influence statute and kind of try her for what was unlawful under the future crime, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so I lost my train of thought. I don't know.
Keep going, you're killing it.
Anyway, so she I've said for a long time, ever since I found out what the real facts were of this, that you can't say she did nothing wrong because she did make the misrepresentation. And this is the crazy thing that a lot of people miss. That misrepresentation was stipulated to at trial. What formed the foundation, the convicting element of the 4 felonies was a stipulated fact at trial. They never had to prove it. That's why Conan Hayes wasn't there. My opinion, based on the information available. That's why Conan Hayes wasn't there to testify. Didn't get all these co-conspirators. Nobody got rolled up because they already had her essentially convicted, especially when the guardrails on the trial didn't allow her to bring in any additional information. And this is important because the one place where they kind of hoodwinked the state and got one past them was the signal messages relative to Jerry Wood. So there's these signal messages where Jerry Wood knows exactly what's going on with the credentials. This is the reason that the 3 impersonation, identity theft felonies were thrown out, was because Jerry, that information was not known by the prosecution. It was used to impeach a witness, so they didn't have to disclose it according to the rules. The one area where she was able to kind of tell her side and present her evidence that wasn't controlled by the prosecution, she was acquitted on those charges. Nobody wants to talk about that. But the trial was so gatekept and led to the outcome that they wanted. And the prosecution and the judge were on the same damn team. Brian and I covered every second of that trial.
Yeah, and I think the conversation around this is probably going to change in the coming weeks too, with some of the information that you're going to be bringing out. So I don't know. I'm just really excited to get to that part of it.
It'll be fun.
It sure will be. What time are you meeting with her tomorrow?
12. I have to be there at 12 my time,
Okay.
so 2:00 Eastern.
And you were telling me you can't bring anything except your ID and a credit card or debit
ID
card.
and a credit card, and I have there's clothing requirements too. Like I can't wear any inmate looking colors.
They don't want you to blend in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna actually look at those rules again before I leave because I have to figure out what I'm gonna wear.
Where's she being held exactly? What?
La Vista Correctional Facility in Pueblo, Colorado. South
Pueblo. Okay.
Interesting shit.
Yeah.
Matt, what was your show about tonight?
Oh, I did how everything we know about the Middle Ages is fake and gay.
Ah.
No, give me an example.
Yeah.
Chastity belts were never a thing.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. They were
What
made
do
up
you mean?
later to a lot of stuff we think we know about the Middle Ages was made up later by just a lot of it was to sort of shame Christianity by people who, after the Reformation were like, oh, the backwards time when people believed in Jesus Christ and etc. So yeah, I did it. It was sort of a companion show to the one I did with Quast on Wednesday.
Nice.
Sort of went over the same book and gave people some background on that. So it was sort of fun. And then I'm going to do another show with Quast sort of on the same theme. So yeah, people used to have a festival once a year where they'd go into the cathedral and actually mock the church and like put on the robes of bishops and sort of like do a fake, a parade of fools, festival of fools it was called. So I think we could stand to have something like that. Yeah.
No chastity belts, huh? It's kind of mind blowing.
So Robin Hood Men in Tights was a lie.
And the prima noctis thing from Braveheart, that wasn't a thing either. That was made up later too.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're blowing my mind right now with this
I
stuff.
don't get it.
Yeah. So
what'd you say, John? Sorry, I cut you off.
I said, no, I just said, why would they make that up? I just don't get it.
Well, a lot of it, like I said, was people living after the Renaissance believed, oh, we live in a much more superior time, and the Middle Ages were, benighted because of Christianity, and we're so much more delighted. Like the prima noctis thing, I guess Mozart had that in Marriage of Figaro. He put that in there. He was a Freemason, so there you go. So. But it made for a good story. I love Mel Gibson. I love his movies, so I'm not really holding it against him. It made for a good plot point in the movie.
I suppose. Cam, what's going on with you, man? You haven't talked much tonight either.
You guys don't want to hear my troubles. I was
Oh,
on
no,
the.
we
I was,
do.
That's why we're here, Cam. Come on, buddy, lay it on.
I was on the roof a good bit of the evening, trying to get our Starlink dish in the right spot. That was a bit of a mission.
Were you successful?
I heard all you have to do is
obviously.
stand outside and
Successful.
point it up to the sky.
Yeah, I thought it was that easy too. It's
not.
No, so I had a scheduled installation. The guy came to install it. I had to show him how to put the cord in correctly. Apparently, this was like one of his first times working with the Starlink. He'd been working with Dish for a while. Nice guy though, nice guy. But we ended up putting it in. Well, he put it in a spot where the signal was extremely poor on the deck. So then tonight I went up on the ladder, got on the roof, had to I'm trying to think of the proper way to say it. Nigger rig the the stand. I got some sandbags. I got some sandbags up there.
John.
I got some sandbags up there. It's like a wall mount, but I placed it so that it's tilted at the angle it's supposed to be and aligned. The sun was going down while this was happening. So
was Jackie aware of this whole plan?
Yeah,
Did you have a spotter? Okay.
Yeah, she was down there. She handed me the dish because luckily where our deck is, it's just like literally from the deck up, like the height of one story up to the roof. So instead of it being 2 stories up, she was able to just hand me that. And then I was just on the roof trying to figure it all out. So I had to deal with that. Also, before that, I had to go to Home Depot, find some screws and stuff. And yeah, it was just a bit of a mission. But it's all good.
Doesn't Starlink have forgive me if I'm remembering this incorrectly, but I mean, like, there's an app. It connects to the dish. There's a process by which it has to scan around, lock on, and it actually tells you where to move it to get the best signal. Did this guy not do any of that?
He did. So what it does is it tells you there's 2 things. It tells you where your obstructions are. So you do that with your phone. Like you go with your phone and it turns on the camera and you go around finding obstructions, and trees are a problem. Well, I live in a very well treed area in Cobb County. Got a lot of trees around the house. So the best area for it was not where we put it. He was convinced that it was a good spot. He said that he looked it up and everything, but either way, it was aligned in the right direction. So I think that's what he was more focused on, because the alignment is a different part of the app where you have to have it like tilted at a certain angle and you have to have it facing northwest to a certain degree. And so that was fine. The alignment was fine, but the speeds were crazy low. My buddy that lives up in Murphy, North Carolina. Yeah, I told people where he lives, whatever. Have fun finding him up there with the meth heads. There's a lot of meth heads up there, I'll tell you that. But anyway, I was on FaceTime. What?
I mean, Mazel but you're friends with meth heads?
I don't think he's friends with the meth heads. He just has to keep an eye out for them. They
Oh, you said, well, no, I was responding to you saying I doxed my friend. Good luck finding him. There's a lot of meth heads up there. So,
oh yeah.
So
Well, if you go knocking door to door, there's a meth head that's probably going to blow your head off, is what I'm trying to say. So if you go looking
canvassing is First Amendment protected conduct, though.
I mean, good luck telling a meth head that. I'll tell you that. I've actually gone up to visit him, and like driving along, when you get on like the back roads, there's some windy roads, and when we're winding around, like you got to watch out for people in the streets. It's it's pretty ridiculous. But once you get past that area, it's nicer. But anyway, I was on FaceTime with him, and because he installs them up there, he just won't be down until later this week. So yeah, he was helping me walk through it and giving me suggestions and stuff. So that's what my day consisted of.
Crazy shit, man.
Yeah.
So in total, how long did it take you to do it?
Let's see. So, probably it didn't take that long, because by the time I got home and had everything that I needed, it was probably like 6:30ish, and I probably got done around like 9:30. It's about 3 hours. But that was more just like dealing with shit that I was like trying to find the perfect location. And then the worst part was I finally got it set up. I had the sandbags in place, all this stuff. And someone, I think it was at the high school, started shooting off fucking fireworks. So then the signal started getting blocked from all the smoke from the fireworks.
Oh man.
So like I couldn't tell if I was in the right spot, because it was just like obstructions in the clear open sky. It was just like, sorry, you have no, like, it said bad. It was just like bad. There's all red right here. So I had to wait for the smoke to kind of move a little bit, and then I made sure that I was in the right spot. So
yeah,
it was a bit of a hassle.
Crazy.
But it's all good, man. It's all good.
I've heard a lot of people having success with the Starlink though. So you're using it right now? Like literally?
Yeah, I'm using it right now. If I haven't cut out yet, then that means that I put in the right spot.
Yeah, it's been perfect.
Yeah, Jackie's show on Thursday it cut out like 3 or 4 times. That's why I got my ass up there. So
is Jackie happy with her internet now? Jackie, please answer for yourself in the chat. Because Kim is definitely going to say yes.
Are we sure we want to allow a woman to speak for herself?
I mean,
I sure am.
Those are the laws these days.
Technically, she will be speaking through Cam, and he's giving his implicit permission for her to speak. So I'm comfortable with it.
I'm not.
Jackie is happy with the internet, according to Jackie_Espada.
Yeah. But now the second part of this is: do we value her input and opinion?
Only so far as she backed up her husband's assertions.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's some issues with this.
Jackie's opinions matter, man.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But now, does your opinion matter, or does only 3/5 of them matter?
3/5. I was about to say you got to get the numbers right. I think we should change that number though. I think we should move up
to less.
Bit. What is it? No, like what? 4/7?
To some other compromise.
I just want to switch it up a little bit. 3/4 maybe.
Oh man.
I mean, we could think about it.
Or does it go down because we had a half black president? So does it go down to 1/2 from 3/5?
But he was closet homosexual. So does that change the ratio of intersectionality?
Damn. All right.
So half white. People always forget the half white part.
Yeah.
Of Barack Obama.
So that was a
so
big
much
joke.
Privilege.
That was a big joke back in the day. Was whenever Obama would do something super fucked up, black people would be like, "That's the white half." That's a white half that's droning people, American citizens.
Yikes.
I was like, I hope you guys realize that this is not just a joke. It's funny, but it's like this guy's a piece of shit, because you still vote. They're still voting for him, or sorry, not still voting. They still voted for him in 2012. But like,
did anyone here vote for Obama?
No.
Nope.
I did for the first term. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I've admitted it before.
Struggle session.
I mean, it was what, was it him or Mitt Romney?
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, I voted for Mitt.
You know, I mean, like I had basically lost all faith in the political system. And, you know, I will fully admit to being, you know, completely engrossed with, you know, raising my child, working full time. I was also going to school full time. And I didn't know much about Barack Obama. I definitely noticed that he kind of burst onto the scene. And I definitely thought it was odd that he was like, what, a state senator for like 2 years. And then all of a sudden he's running for president.
That was the most articulate and clean black man Joe Biden had ever seen those.
The elocution on that man. I mean, he definitely knew how to deliver a speech.
That was McCain, by the way, real quick. That was McCain the first time. It was
the
either
first time
Barack
was
or
McCain. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't care for
Oh,
McCain.
yeah, that's right.
You know, anyways, McCain was creepy. Obama, maybe just a little bit less so. And Mitt Romney was like a bag of like wet frozen corn or something like that. I mean, just like the dude had the personality of a peeled potato. Anyways, so I was like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe he's an outsider. Maybe he has, you know, he hasn't been completely corrupted because he has hardly done anything in politics. So I said, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. And it didn't take very long before I realized that, you know, he was no different than anybody else. And so after he became president, you know, that was when I, you know, did the research I probably should have done beforehand. But then I also became convinced that we are more fucked now than we were before. And I don't see any way out of this.
I think he was different than other candidates in that he was more Manchurian. I think that the conclusion or the, you know, kind of shift into the next phase of the long march through the institutions happened under Barack Hussein Obama. Also, notably, the narrative when he was elected was that he was the guy who finally cracked the internet as it pertained to political campaigns. And he all these small donors and all that. Act Blue started in 2004. The first campaign that it was sort of piloted in was Barack Hussein Obama in 2008. And that led to, at the time, the largest campaign finance fine in history. Because the small donors weren't, actually. It was primitive smurfing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely like pioneered it.
Looking back at those elections, do you think the potential solution was to withhold your vote and opt out?
No, I think Obama
still would have
been elected. I think
Obama was legitimately elected because people were really fucking retarded.
Just throwing it out there, guys.
Yeah, no, Obama brought in the deep state election theft machine. I mean, that it was under him that it like really started going. And you know, but to be fair, I was paying attention in 2000 when I went to sleep and Al Gore had been crowned the president. And then I woke up the next morning to hanging chads and George W. Bush having been announced as the president. And I was like, you know, this is all fake. Like, it doesn't even matter. And Al Gore was going to fight so hard. He was not going to give up an inch. And then all of a sudden he steps out with
won the popular vote.
Yeah, completely gave up all of his principles and allowed George W. Bush to become president. And then, of course, everybody knows what happened after George W. Bush became president. I'm interested in the crimes of the Bush family.
Yeah. Pause. Hold the fuck on for a second. It would have been no different if it was Al Gore or George Bush.
No.
The goal of that whole saga was to give us HAPA, the Help America Vote Act. The hanging chads were allegedly actually due to the wrong paper stock being used with the punch machines, probably done on purpose, led to a crisis, 38 days. Oh my gosh. I was at journalism school at the time. I was like, so you're like, this is all fake. I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like, I was so invested, addicted to the television for 38 days. And then we got the Help America Vote Act, and the Help America Vote Act gave birth to the elections industry. And within 2 years of the Help America Vote Act, we had, like I said, Act Blue start. We had all of these election vendors and the public-private partnership of sort of outsourcing significant portions of election oversight and administration to 1, private entities, private corporations, and 2, non-governmental organizations that are essentially acting as an arm of the government, but doing things that the government is not allowed to do.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that it would have been all kinds of bad with Al Gore in there. I mean,
we still would have got 9/11.
Still would have got 9/11. Still probably would have got the Patriot Act. I don't think that much would have been different at all. It would have just been, I don't know, maybe not. You know, the thing they kept saying about Bush back then was like, oh, he just seems like the kind of guy you can have a beer with. You know, he's also the kind of guy that, is going to get drunk and then drive away from the scene of an accident. But Al Gore is the kind of guy who's going to lie for clout, and he's going to accept massive fees to talk bullshit. I saw a crazy clip earlier today from 2016, a climate scientist going on television and giving an impassioned interview and with, so much conviction, telling the person that was interviewing him that by 2026, there would be no people left on Earth because climate change was an imminent danger to the future of mankind. And within 10 years, people will be dead. And it's so funny. It's like Al Gore.
So retarded.
The fucking polar ice caps are going to be gone. Yeah.
On Earth Day this year, in my history update, I put a list of all the times they've said that some variation of the world is ending. I'll see if I can find it real quick.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
While you're looking for that, I think that when Obama won the first time in 2008, the biggest problem we had from that was that gave us the most amount, maybe not the most amount like on paper, but it legitimized the amount of people voting, because there were so many people that came out to vote for Obama that had never voted for before. There were so many people that decided to be invested because it was a racial thing. It wasn't a party thing at that point. And I think that changed the whole game.
That's a great point.
We had full on Diebold by then, didn't we? Like Diebold, basically 2004 was the rollout for Diebold, and Bush, they pretty much might have stolen Ohio from Kerry, which swung the election. And now we have that everywhere. So they really did a good job of creeping this in, setting it up and testing it out. And I think you got a point there, Cam, about
it's a really good point.
That the whole idea. I used to be a Democrat, and I know the mentality. The mentality is it's sort of okay to cheat. It's sort of okay to cheat, and the reason it's okay to cheat is because a lot of people don't vote. Conservatives they vote. They're really but a lot of people who should vote and their voice doesn't get heard. And this is the way white liberals think about minorities. It's minorities don't vote, and that's not fair. Their voice needs to be heard. So we'll vote for them.
Yeah.
We're going to vote for them, and that'll make it. We'll tip the scale. They think they're tipping the scales to make it fair by cheating. Yep, is how they think about it.
It's equity, right? You have to do unfair things in order to make it fair. That is a great point that you both hit on. Is that the inversion of sort of the narrative, but also the kind of mental construct around elections is that access is the most important thing. We have to expand the franchise. We have to get as many people as possible to vote. Whenever Jenna Griswold is asked about some sort of issue with elections or breach in elections or metrics around elections, she will shift and talk about turnout and brag about the great numbers of turnout. They always kind of circle back around to the access is the number one metric. Now that access is at the expense of accuracy and, the validity of the vote. So it's something that we talk about a lot on Why We Vote.
Who's
okay, I have the climate stuff if you guys want it.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Civilization will end within 15 or 30 years unless immediate action is taken. All right. So this was.
When was this published?
These are quotes. This is the 1970, the very first Earth Day, April 22nd, 1970. These are quotes from that. We have about 5 more years at the outside to do something. Kenneth Watt, ecologist. Okay. Civilization will end within 15 or 30 years unless immediate action is taken against problems facing mankind. George Wald, Harvard biologist. We are in an environmental crisis which threatens the survival of this nation and of the world as a suitable place for human habitation. Barry Commoner, Washington University biologist. Man must stop pollution and conserve his resources, not merely to enhance his existence, but to save the race from the intolerable deterioration and possible extinction. That was from the first Earth Day New York Times editorial. Population will inevitably and completely outstrip whatever small increases in food supplies we make. The death rate will increase until at least 100 to 200 million people per year will be starving to death during the next 10 years.
Oh, man.
That's terrible when that happened, wasn't it?
Right. A lot of hungry people.
By 1975, some experts will feel that food shortages will have escalated the present level of world hunger and starvation into famines of unbelievable proportions. The other experts, more optimistic, think ultimate food population collision will not occur until the decade of the 1980s. It's already too late to avoid mass starvation. I was off a little bit on what this was. It was just, these are quotes from the very first Earth Day. But yeah.
Okay.
Everybody say fucking call.
There's lots more here.
The balls on these people.
Yeah, real, right?
Well,
real quick, John,
they wouldn't have the work if they didn't say these things.
John, remember we need to do those ads. I almost
yeah,
forgot.
we'll get to those here after Ashe is done with this.
I'm done.
Thank you for the reminder. Fuck the rest of you for not reminding me.
I was going to say something. I just didn't realize it was 12:01.
Yeah, I looked at the time and I was like, oh, gotta do it.
Yeah, I'm good. We can do
Are you
that.
done? Alrighty. Next up, we got Patriot Protect. Love these guys too. What a great product. Patriot Protect finds your personal information on hundreds of websites that are listing it to the world and wipes it from the internet. Here's why that matters more right now than it ever has before. Just this year alone, 72 million email addresses dumped on a hacking forum. The conduit breach exposed the social security numbers and medical records of 25 million Americans. The Texas Attorney General is calling it the largest data breach in U.S. history, and the year isn't even half over yet. This is about way more than hackers. Data brokers sell your personal information, your location, your daily movements, your private life to anyone willing to pay. And in March, the FBI confirmed they're buying that same data to track Americans without a warrant. In that same month, the FBI's own surveillance systems were breached. The Justice Department called it a major incident. Most services just monitor your credit and tell you after your identity gets stolen, but Patriot Protect removes the information criminals, scammers, and stalkers need to target you in the first place. Oopsie, where I lost my spot. Oh, there we go. And the work does not stop. These sites put your data back up constantly, and the scanning runs around the clock to take it back down. Scammers prey on people who don't take action, so take that action now with Patriot Protect's free exposure report. And I got to vouch for this, guys. I use it. It's awesome. My spam calls have gone down significantly. And looking myself up online, on like some of the Truth Finder sites that I use, it's harder to find my information now. Use code Badlands at patriot-protect.com/onlylands. You can get 15% off any plan. Again, that's patriot-protect.com/onlylands. Promo code Badlands. Your data is already out there. It's time to take it back.
Yeah, I've had the same experience that you've had with fewer spam calls, fewer spam emails, and huge appreciation for Proton Mail. It was the only one of I use every single mail platform out there, right? And
yeah,
the only one that didn't end up having a breach.
So I definitely have had a great experience with Patriot Protect, and I thought that everything was all done, but I actually just got an email from them the other day, and they said we're continuing to still scour the internet for your information. Definitely a reduction in spam calls. Definitely a reduction in the ability to find any information about me. I had already done a pretty good job of my OPSEC on a number of things, and I always use fake names when I sign up for anything. It's kind of funny because a lot of times on my my Proton Mail, I get people, maybe one person, who consistently signs me up for Eventbrite events that I'm not going to go to, and they use my email and they use a different name every single time. And I actually kind of appreciate the hustle and the amount of time that they're putting into this. But it's funny because sometimes I don't know when I get something addressed to a name that is not me. I don't know if it's something that I did or if it's something that they did, because after so many different random websites I've put my junk into, I don't know all the names that I've used. I just mean useless information. I don't mean anything related to sex organs or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
But,
Thank you for clarifying.
I thought it was worth the clarification. Ashe.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
But yes.
Have you had any movement on your fake Ashe in America op?
No, that person probably doesn't even have that email anymore. I'm sure that was over. They got busted quick, and yeah, it's all over, unfortunately.
We love Zach's scammer stories.
Oh, I got a Telegram call from a fake Burning Bright like a week ago.
No way.
Yeah, it was nuts. It had his picture and everything. It was during his show. That's how I knew it wasn't him.
What did they use this AI Burning
That's
Bright?
how
voice?
you knew it wasn't
Or
him.
was it an African?
Oh, I didn't pick up the phone call, but I just had a missed call from Burning. It was like at Burning Bright, and I clicked on it. And I was like, I have no messages from this person. And then I realized it was obviously not him. And I was just like,
Gotta be careful. You answer that call, he's never letting you off the phone.
yeah.
Was
I
it
totally forgot
Telegram?
about that. Yeah, on Telegram. It was two Sundays ago, I think. It was nuts. I was like, what
great,
the fuck?
dude.
So to everyone else that the fake Burning Bright has called, it's not him. Also, we will never reach out to you that way.
No.
Yeah.
Also, don't like if one of us asks you to send cryptocurrency,
Please don't send money to us on
verify it
Telegram.
with us first. Like,
Yeah.
It's funny because I've for years been telling people I will not be reaching out to you on Telegram and asking you to get involved in a business venture or buy cryptocurrency. And it's bit me in the ass a couple of times that I have needed to reach out to somebody for something. And they're like, this isn't Zach. Zach said he would never message me. Like this. And I'm like, dude, I don't have your real email. Like, I don't know how to get a hold of you. This is important. So I'm like, watch the show today. I will say something to you and then you'll know that it's me.
Yikes.
okay, we have one more sponsor real quick, and that is Rumble Wallet. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you could actually own and control your money. After the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. And if you ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you've felt that problem. Now, fast forward to today. Everyone's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. And that's why we use Rumble Wallet. It takes all the complexity and makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stablecoins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. Connects with MoonPay so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. Once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators like us here at Badlands directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. And in just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some crypto to sending it to us. Big shout out to Rumble Wallet. So I know I just said that we will never ask you to send us cryptocurrency, but I lied and I immediately followed it up with Rumble Wallet. Where you asked me to send us cryptocurrency. Funny. Okay. Should we do some rants and maybe boosts?
I like it.
Let's do it.
Oh, by the way, I do have an announcement. First, Deadwood.
Yay.
So, guys, get your Deadwood tickets. It's going to be a freaking fantastic time.
Can I say something?
No, I'd rather you didn't. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so President Trump said July 4th, 2026, we're going to have a big ass celebration because of all of the wonderful things and accomplishments. Doesn't it sort of feel like we're getting a rush of good news in the run up to the birthday? I feel like the golden age proofs are piling up.
Yeah, we're getting some good ones lately. There's also some like interesting bad I feel like it's pretty normal actually. Like there's a good mix of both good things and bad things.
I think that it's on the rise from the beginning of the year. That's what I would
Gas
say.
prices?
Yeah, gas prices. Good one. No, I feel like we're getting more good news now than we were at the beginning. I feel like the beginning of the year was just like either same shit we already knew or just like depressing ass news. Now it's evening out a little bit.
What do we think there's a possibility that we get gas prices down, which of course requires actually ending the fake war in Iran, the super real war in Iran? Do we think that we can get those things before the 4th?
Yeah, we got a month and like a week.
I think that's the goal. I mean,
idea. I doubt
if the necessary capacity that would otherwise be going through the strait transitions to purchase from the United States of America, then that alleviates a lot of anxiety. Also, of course, it brings a lot more money into the United States, and that may be a part of the way that they're able to do it.
I mean, I've never in history seen like gas is quick to go up. It is not nearly as quick to come back down.
Oh no.
So I do not think it's going to come back down to like levels we're going to be happy with prior to July 4th.
All right.
I would hope
Predictions are being made. Cam, Trump, what do you guys
guess
think?
you asked. It's not a prediction. It's just a guess.
Yeah,
what
JB.
I'm on the birthday
Be a
rug.
big
I'm
party,
doing the birthday
so-
rug.
What'd you say, Matt?
JB thinks it's going to be like a big party, like it's all going to come together for the 250th, and you know, I just want to
love
believe
it when
that.
JB and I are on the same side. It's so rare.
For July 4th.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with that until it doesn't happen. But
Oh, Brian's making prediction. Brian says 240 a gallon on July 4th.
Okay, so we need to memorialize that.
I say you pull it up on the thing. Yeah.
And
I'm gonna say
above him too.
I'm gonna say that gas is gonna be in some state. It's gonna be $1.77. It's gonna be like 1.7756 at the end.
Below $2.
Some state.
I like it.
I don't know what state it's gonna be. It's gonna be some obscure state where gas is really low, but it's gonna hit that. It's gonna be a marker. It's gonna be a decode, John. It's gonna be $1.70.
Like some random small town gas station in a town of 12 people making gas $1.77.
Then I'm right.
6 for
No, national average. Gotta be talking about national.
Oh,
average.
no. I don't think
national
the
average.
national
That's what I think we're doing.
Oh, I like, rubber heart 129.
Yeah,
$1,
thank you, Rubber Heart.
76 cents.
That's exactly what I was going for. Yep. I
So
think that's
CanCon thinks the average price of gas, which right now is $4.50, is going to come down to $2.40 in less than a month and a half.
That's what CanCon says, yeah.
He does make a lot of predictions.
Yeah.
Is he ever right? Has he ever been right once?
He definitely predicted earlier this week that the Alabama was not going to redraw their congressional districts. And then the next day, it was announced that they were definitely going to redraw their congressional districts.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Pretty big prediction that he and I fought about right after the 2024 election. He said and I think he's walked this back in the couple of years since, but at the time said that we were going to have to go through another rigged election, stolen election, fake election in order to get through to the other side. So again, he's walked it back since then, but I think his original prediction was correct. But then again, maybe not, because, you know, with a little luck, we could be canceling the midterm. So,
oh, that'd be nice.
He might be worse than Alpha on having to reposition his guesses and predictions and stuff.
I don't know.
Nander,
nobody's worse than Alpha. Never mind.
Yeah.
Alpha So Hung cameo in the Zach Payne Hydrate Your Elbows ad is just
So good.
cherry on top. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking shit about him until he comes back on OnlyLands.
What's up with that? Where is he? We need a new character.
He's on a Twitter space. That's my prediction.
That's a fair prediction.
Yeah.
Probably safe one. Okay. So Deadwood, Gart, gonna be awesome. No better place to celebrate. It's the week before the 4th. It's gonna be fantastic. Deadwood's the best place in the world. Badlandsmedia.tv/events. Get your tickets, come hang out. I do have an announcement of where our fall Gart.
Oh, we're announcing it
of the year.
Yay.
It's going to be. I signed the contract yesterday. So we are going. Do you guys know?
I do.
I know. Go ahead though.
Okay.
I think it was in the chat.
If Miss Bright told you.
Yeah, it was
we are
in the
going
chat.
to St. Pete Beach, Florida.
Yes.
Through the 15th.
I love St. Pete.
And if CanCon is wrong about his prediction, he's not allowed to come.
Oh, he's so
no,
close.
that's we can't. No, we can't do that.
Because then Christy might not come. We can't do that. Yeah, we need Christy there. Come on now.
Yeah.
He's the closest one. We'll allow it. Maybe.
I think Zach's
Anyway,
closer.
yeah.
I think he would be closer to St. Pete Beach than me, but because he's definitely south. I'm like northeast. I'm on the Atlantic side.
I think cutting across though, because the state's only like 40 miles across, I think you might get there quicker. It doesn't matter, but I'm pretty sure you get there quicker. That's my guess.
I'll definitely be there.
That's my prediction. My prediction is Zach's closer.
Safe. Bold prediction.
Very brave.
Next Gen Profit for $25 Badlands Boost said At Gart Nashville Shopping Soft Disclosure Talabar, when Cam came by and recommended for both face and feet, then said it took him a month before his Talabar smelled like feet. A dedicated bar for face. Now that's just good advice.
Wait, who was that?
2 bars. Next Gen Profit.
Yep. Okay, I remember that conversation. Yeah.
So just get 2
Right
bars. one for
on,
your face, one for
Cam.
your feet.
Well done.
It was honestly. It asked me my honest opinion, and I was like, "I'm gonna give you everything. I'm gonna tell you the truth."
I just put it all out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. You should make a video about the Facebook thing.
Facebook.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. And then AJC left a whole bunch of boosts all over the bunch of different shows, but for the whole company wrote, "Thanks, Badlands, for $60."
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for $60.
And then Mon Thomas left one for the whole company for $100. Appreciate all of you guys. Found you all in the beginning, but haven't made it to a GART yet. Here's hoping. I love listening to the truth, and may you all keep on going. Keep it on.
Thank you.
We'll certainly try.
This is a good one. If you haven't made it to a GART yet, Deadwood is special.
It is special. I can vouch for that. All right, let's do some ranties. We read a couple of these. Sleep State gifted $2 with Rumble Wallet. Thank you. Counterinsurgent gifted 5 subs. Snowcat Operator gifted a sub. Rumble Rick gave $100. Said Rumble Raid Rant of Love. Number 11.
Rumble
Love
Rick.
you too, Rick.
CPG, please pull her picture off the screen. Begging, please.
Yes, CPG.
Shout out to Jonestown Jenna. Having a rough
Oh
day.
my God.
Berkey for $5 says Griswold is insane. It's scary she oversees the Colorado elections.
And is running to be the law.
Oh God.
It's unbelievable. GTYAP for $1 says her eyes are spooky, but it's her mouth that's creepy. Reminds me of Clutch Cargo. Don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Clutch Cargo, that's a
course that
club
goes.
in Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah, but maybe it's something else. I don't know.
GTYP again, the weaponization of government is a prime means of how they prevent election fraud from being investigated.
Yep.
True that. R script for $20. Ashe, you forgot to mention that Hunter had been a legislative aide for Barbara Kirkmeyer as well.
Yeah, I think I just didn't finish the thought. What I was attempting to say was that this guy that was just arrested for pedophilia or indicted or whatever for pedophilia in the state house has all these pictures with the a bunch of different politicians, one of which is the Senator Kirkmeyer, who is running for office in against Scott Bottoms, who she has said there are no pedophiles. And I don't think I knew that he was her legislative aide. I knew that he's been in her orbit and in her circle, and they're in the same county and both in positions of authority. But great, Becky. Thank you for the additional clarity. Becky always keeps me honest about Colorado stuff.
That is good. Thank you, Becky. Otherwise, she'd be lying through her teeth to us all the time.
Right.
One of you guys needs to find me an outro video, a good outro video.
Just play Zach's again.
I know.
I have that clip from the climate scientist from 2016.
Nice.
Is it funny?
Well, no, I mean it's more just like.
What about, can we find the clip of somebody that, remember when that Arab threw the shoe at George W. Bush?
Oh my God.
I'll keep going though while you guys find a funny video, not a lame one. Matt VK, Badlands mullets to sell the brand new mullet brush. Let's go. Do you need a mullet brush?
Oh, that'd be great.
It'll be the same brush.
Yeah, just get 2 of them because you don't want to mix the brush with your face and the brush with your mullet. Get 2. Yeah, exactly.
12 Indie Boy Ty, good to see you, man. Says got to get this on the karaoke list in Deadwood.
Hydrate your elbows.
So good.
Hi, Ty. Hi, JC.
Texas Jewels for for $20 says $5 rant challenge to help Zach buy a mullet wig.
Right on. Thank
Real
you.
men just grow out mullets.
Several so that it could grow throughout the day, like it does throughout the day.
I could definitely grow a mullet. It's just, at least it doesn't want me to. I already asked.
Oh, why not?
You already asked.
I did. I mean, seeing myself with the mullet in that video, I was like, that's so great. I would love that.
Zach, I'll grow out a mullet if you grow out a mullet.
Oh, fuck. Okay. But then we have to grow mullets.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, I'm scheduled to get a haircut next week. I will just continue to get the sides cut.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Deal.
Oh, your women folk are going to be so pissed.
Oh, this is
great. Nobody tell CC I said that.
And then, John, once we have the mullets, Then we shave our beards and just keep the handlebar mustache.
Deal.
Yes.
Sold.
Yes.
Okay. And then when we do conferences, we can tie our mullets together and walk around.
That can be the next ad or the newest ad. at
Mullet
that time.
power. Combine our powers. Thank you, Texas Jules. And by the way, I believe they're having a meetup this weekend in
Plano,
I think
right?
it's Sunday in Plano.
Yeah.
Oh my
And-
God! This weekend, there is a Badlanders meetup here in Flagler Beach, I think.
Nice. Any other details to share about it?
Well, I mean, I'd have to look
Just
up.
show up this weekend in Flagler Beach.
Hold on, I will tell you exactly where. Let me go to Hugh's email.
Okay. Makanon says, I like the minimal regret line at the end, which I minimally regret sending this rant, but whatever. The song hits, but only with time traveling Zach adventure is hilarious.
I love the dinosaurs.
That's also good.
Okay, so I don't actually have the location. I only know that it's the Northeast Florida Badlanders meetup. It's Sunday the 17th from 12 to 3 p.m. in the Palm Coast area. Venue to be decided. And, you know, and if you guys, well, I guess I don't know where to send you to get more information, but Hugh Mann is like the, I think he's the coordinator for the Northeast Badlanders.
Yeah. TZ Burton in the chat is just asking if there's any meetups in Seattle. I'm surrounded by TDS sufferers. I know we have a few out that way. So
We
somebody needs to start a group.
there.
Maybe you need to start the group, TZ Burton.
Yeah.
You start it and they will come.
We should do a Gart Seattle at some point.
I know, but they're so freaking communist up that way.
Yeah.
And
We could do it at
prices
the
are
same
just
time as
insane.
Seafair. That would be fun.
What?
Probably really expensive though, but it would be fun.
I love
We
all
did,
the really good
did a
suggestions
Gart
that are,
around
like,
the same time as Seafair.
insanely expensive.
We should do one in Chaz.
In the Chaz.
Oh,
yeah.
shout out
Garbage
to
in the
Chaz. In the Chaz garden.
Love
Chaz is boring. I was just there.
That was part of your trip around the country to see how America's doing. How's Chaz?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, Jessica had a conference in Seattle, and I tagged along, and I'm like, we got to go to Chaz. We got to check it out. It was like my
You
number one.
survived? You do kind of look.
There's nothing there. It's actually a really nice residential area of Seattle and a nice park. It's like this was it. This is where they had it. But yeah,
Wow.
that's really an area of privilege. And there's nothing left of it there except a bunch of murals on the side of like, you know, little outbuildings, etc. But other than that,
We
it's a
are
really nice area of
Chaz.
Seattle.
Makanon against says David Becker seems like a bick. I wonder
Yeah.
if he meant to say dick.
Oh, I was wondering, is it Big Dick or is it merging bitch and dick together and making a new label? I need more information.
I'll read it again. It says David Decker.
David Decker.
seems like a bick.
Okay.
Oh,
So they switched the
What
D's
we're doing
and the
there.
B's.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, got it.
Well done. Well done.
Well done, Makanon.
CNS 1000. If you want to read a page on a site that makes you log in to read it, go to archivebuttons.com and paste the link in the box. Then you can read it for free.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Snowcat Operator gifted another sub. Thank you so much. The final demand for $50 says, Ashe, please ask Tina about the terms of her parole, and anything they stipulated would be a violation. A PO can violate her for 1 minute late on a check-in. Poof, back in jail. This isn't over.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know that she will know the terms of her parole tomorrow, but I will ask her for you. And for me,
Awesome.
for all of us.
Principled Enigma for $1 says in 1966, the price of a gallon of gas was approximately 32 cents.
Yeah, that's just rude.
And then we went to war with
pisses me off.
Iran. And look what
Every time
happened.
I see these gas prices from like pre-1970, it just pisses me off.
Gfontes 119. My pewter's clean and even figured out I unplugged the hard drive after seeing. Reboot and select proper device, then press any key while I scratched head for a moment.
Principled
along.
Enigma in the chat says Matt's video is frozen. Welcome to OnlyLands. this happens every week.
And then
His
the final
voice is-
demand
Sorry.
for another $50 says we need to stop allowing criminals to dictate the price of gas in this country. Truly become energy independent. Gas is coming down. Was $4.57 this morning and was $4.56 tonight. I saved 16 cents, bitches. Look at that.
Nice. Yeah. 16-gallon tank. Math.
No, that's if it went down 1 cent a gallon, that's 16 cents total for a 16-gallon tank.
Yeah, exactly. 16-gallon tank. Math.
Yeah. The savings are just relentless.
Just racking up savings.
All right, Zach, is this your outro video?
Well, I mean, it could be. This is. I mean, that's a great video.
Yeah, mine's not an outro video because it's not the part that I want to play is not long enough. But I feel like I invoked it, so we need to play it.
Let's just watch this whole thing. Oh.
Secret Service has not gotten better at their job.
Not at all.
No. Well, Trump has not had a single tweet on that, so maybe they have gotten better.
They check shoes now. That's why. You can have strapped-on shoes, laces tied.
So, just had to remind everybody of when that happened.
Our agile president.
So, Zach?
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch this. I think it's a great way to end the night.
Hit the thumb, everyone.
Well, thanks, everybody. Hit the thumbs up here and on YouTube. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Cam, you're at what time?
7:30. Oh, and tomorrow night, I am going to have Adrian and Christina from Rise of Tyre on. They're going to be talking about their new film, Vibes 2. It's, I believe it's either out now or it's coming out. What do you say?
I said it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
The whole Vibes series thus far is pretty great.
Hold on.
Yeah.
CanCon left a dollar rant, says you only get $1 for questioning me. And then I think Mississippi governor appears to walk back redistricting in time for midterms. Didn't you say it was Alabama that he said?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he said Alabama, but I mean, we did talk about Mississippi as well. Mississippi had ordered the special session, and then Tate Reeves said, no, it's too hard to do it before the midterms, and then he walked it back. But I don't know. Maybe he said Alabama and he meant Mississippi. I will give him that. Because I
feel like we need to find the clip of what he said because he's awfully confident and he's trying to rub it in your face.
Those are completely different states, Zach.
They are, but they're close to each other. And to be fair, the conversation was had about both of them. But
we don't need to be fair right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
we need to be right. We need to know what the truth is.
Okay.
So we'll get to the bottom of this. But okay, hit the thumbs up, everybody. Who else has a show tomorrow?
Not me. Oh, Blitz. Yes, I have a show tomorrow. With Burning Bright on the Substack. You can only watch it on the Substack. We talked about it was you know what a good show is when you have to explain your joke. And I was very excited about my Badlands brief subheader. Vagina's mom just can't get paid, but nobody understood it apparently.
That's classic.
It was a classic, and Burning Bright was
Vagina.
like, I'm unfamiliar with the E. Jean Carroll lore, in which I feel like he needs to lose points for because he didn't know about.
I think he's lying. Everybody knows.
So that comes out at 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. It's it's all free. Substack's free. It's a great way to support us. You get to, it's another level. It's like you're going to a deeper level of Badlands when you subscribe to the stack. But 11 a.m. Eastern time on Substack tomorrow. The Blitz, we get through 3 stories.
I want the balls deep Badlands experience. You gotta
Correct.
The Blitzes are speakeasy.
One true Badlands is what Burning Bright says.
There we go. All right, Zach, let's probably see everybody tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Eastern on the Power Hour.
Good night.
We conquer the unknown. This is the time to reignite the American imagination. This is the time to search for the tallest summit and set our sights on the brightest star. This is the time to rekindle the bonds of love and loyalty and memory that link us together as citizens, as neighbors, as patriots. This is our future, our fate, and our choice to make. I am asking you to choose greatness. No matter the trials we face, no matter the challenges to come, we must go forward together. We must keep America first in our hearts. We must keep freedom alive in our souls. And we must always keep faith in America's destiny. That one nation, under God, must be the hope and the promise and the light and the glory among all the nations of the world. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much.